Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. So the first thing I gotta say, the only time I really look at myself is when I make these videos. And oh boy, I'm getting a bit shaggy, baby. I'm getting a bit shaggy. I think I'm going to have to trim my beard today. I'm always scared of doing that, right? I might prefer going to the hairdresser to do it because I figure they know what they're doing. So, you know, if you go to my live stream tonight, I'm recording this on August the 30th, which is, I'm taking my life in my hands recording this early because it's basically a bit of a news video, but I think news has kind of dried up for the time being about what's going on, right? We're going to take stock of everything that's happened over the last few months. We're going to go through all the rumors about what's coming next, and we're going to try and sift out the fact from fiction, and we're going to fail, right? We're going to fail because we don't know. Like, we don't know. You know, I had a conversation with somebody inside the, adjacent to the BBC production, or the Bad Wolf production, right? Like, actually knows a lot of the people involved and name dropped a couple of times people involved, right? And I mentioned Meet the Beep, and they acted like they didn't know anything about that. I don't know how real that is, right? I don't know how real that is, but it seems to be Meet the Beeps coming back. Anyway, we're going to be going through all that stuff. We're going to be having a quick look forward to what can we work out that Rusty Davis is planning with shooting up this Doctor. I think I got a bit of a clue, right? I think I got a bit of a clue, which I will share with you. I actually thought we all knew this, right? But I thought, maybe I should make a video on it as well. Anyway, like, share, subscribe, comment, all those things are fan-freaking-tastic. All things are fan-dabby. Fan-dabby double-dozy. Sign up to my Substack. That's my email newsletter. I send out where my videos are every day, normally on YouTube. I'm going to be banned at some point. Somehow, some point, I am going to be banned, right? That is absolutely going to go down. The algorithm doesn't like you unless you very much believe, you know, the corporate news worldview, right? If you believe that, you know, government is great and we should just do everything they say and believe everything they say, you know, they don't like you that much, and you will find yourself being what's the word? Shadow banned, right? That absolutely does happen. It's so clear. Actually, I'm having a bit of growth right now. That's nice, right? That's nice. But, you know, I'm certainly going to be banned. And the closer we get to the American elections, the more likely I'm gonna be banned in some way. So sign up my Substack. That's a way that you'll be able to always find me. I'm over on Rumble, baby. I put everything on Rumble. Actually, little secret, I put stuff on Rumble before I put it on YouTube a lot of the time. YouTube, I time the release. Rumble isn't quite as good with their back end. So when you upload it, you've got to decide when you want it to go live. I'm like, most of the time, when it was like a more minor video, I'm like, I'll just put it, nobody's going to watch it. You know, it's like, yeah, so if you want to catch stuff early, sign up to Rumble. Give me a couple of Rumble, baby. Sign up my Substack, right? My Substack always gives you early access to my content. Plus, you know, I have all kinds of, I put like old comic strips on, things that I like putting on old ad. That really I really enjoy that. I also have a paid Substack where I send out comics. Now, actually, I've had a bit of a revelation recently. I just got this new computer like a week ago. And my old one was such a dog for so long, and don't get me wrong, I love dogs, was so bad for so long, my productivity just ground to a halt, right? I really didn't realize it. Now I'm seeing like, oh, I can do all these things again. I can draw again. You know, I can get comic stuff done again. So I'm hoping I'm going to be putting more stuff on my paid Substack. I want to like I had this idea of doing like digital cards, right? That like some like minor animation in cards. I might well do that, but I really want to get back to drawing comics. But I do send out my comics on my paid Substack. It's $5 a month. May I say, listen, if you have any debilitating diseases, signing up to my Substack might be the way to cure you. The paid one, you know, the free one, you might just get a relief from the symptoms, but the paid one, clearly more powerful. But also send out my comics. I just sent out this on it. Biblical Bible stories, atheist, creators, rationalists, and rogues. Look at that. You can beat Wells to death with that. Stonking great tome. So that's just gone out. It's like 6 issues. I think I'm going to do the Imperium next, which is I got it right over here. Here's one I did earlier. This is an older version of it, but yeah, I'm going to be putting this out next. A love letter to Telefantasy of the 1960s. So anyway, sign up my Substack, sign up my paid Substack. All those are very good things. Let's have a look at the news and rumors. Right, bit of news and rumors, always interesting. Let me turn this on. Doink. This is from Denim Geek. Normally, I used to like this site a lot, right? But like everything in the modern age, everything's become very, very political, right? Everything's very like, why weren't you allowed to say that Jodie Whittaker's Doctor Who was awful in her first year? Why were you turfed off of all social media for the temerity of saying, oh my God, Arachnids in the UK is just a terribly written episode, as they all are, right? It's like worse than Jodie Whittaker's actual acting, which is pretty damn bad, right? I've just never seen anything where I go, oh yeah, she could be the Doctor. Actually, not true. I think the first two episodes had minor potential, and then I think that's all they had in them, really, those first two episodes. But the writing's it's not even professional at all. Mind-blowingly bad, right? Mind-blowingly bad. Well, let's forget about that and look to the future. Doctor Who 60th anniversary rumours, sorting the fact from the fiction. Oh yeah, so I was just saying about Den and Geek. So when it first started, it was the height of Trump years, and we didn't realise how good we had it, did we? That world peace and lots of money, right? We didn't realise how good it was. We just went scream and scream and scream until we were sick. And boy, we are going to be sick. Man, fuel costs. That's insane, right? There's this thing going around my end of the interwebs today anyway, with Trump from like 2016, 2017, around 2018. But again, Jodie's first year, saying that if you're going to become dependent on Russian oil, and if there's any form of conflict, you're gonna have skyrocketing fuel costs. Cut to the German delegation actually laughing and going, like literally doing that, and now that's exactly what's happened all across Europe. It's coming to England soon. In Germany, right, there people are pumping trees to get to burn for energy. This winter is going to be a rough winter everywhere, right? Except I think in Israel we'll do okay, but I think the rest of you guys are screwed, quite frankly. Come to Israel. Weather's good, baby. Weather's good, and there's freedom, democracy, all those good things. Restaurants, money, food, all good things. All good things. The Doctor Who 60th anniversary. Yeah. On that. So anyway, I was going if you because everything was divided tribally. I'm talking about why I went off to a geek, right? Everything was divided tribally. If you said that you didn't like Jodie Whittaker's Doctor Who, in the mind of the crazy people, they said, "Oh, that means you like Donald Trump," which actually I did. But that means you're evil, and we must oppose you with every fibre of our being, right? And Den and Geek was amongst them, So I kind of went off the ball with them. This looks like quite a good article, however. Doctor Who 60th anniversary rumours, sorting the fact from the fan fiction. Well written introduction by Laura Vickers Green. The speculation abounds about how these fan theories about what Rusty Davis has planned for the 60th anniversary Doctor Who special. Spoilers ahead. Well, not really, because we don't know. I think it's like we don't know anything. If there's one thing the 60 years of Doctor Who has taught us, it's that the show likes to keep us guessing. Yeah, that's fair. It's it does. It regenerates itself every few years. That's how it's always stays, on the absolute cutting edge of television. That's why I think Jodie Whittaker's Doctor Who has been so awful, right? When you look at it, you can't believe how bad it is. Like, just how insanely low quality, at sub-professional level it is. Production values I thought were all pretty good. But again, the writing and that, you can't really, your brain's like, how? How on earth did that possibly happen? If anybody has an answer, please let me know. Answers on a postcard. If there's one thing, so I was saying it was on the cutting edge. Yeah, because cutting edge of TV also is awful, right? Everything popular is not popular, right? EastEnders is getting 2-3 million viewers when it used to get 8-9 million viewers. Why? It's because it doesn't reflect reality anymore. Again, they got caught in this weird Trump Brexit vortex where everything was there. Honestly, I have no idea if Brexit was a good thing or a bad thing. Look, as an outside observer, I don't think it really happened. I think we voted for it, and then the civil service and the media and just did everything they can to soften it and stop it happening. So I think you probably got the worst of all possible worlds. Would it have been good? I think you escaped the European immigration policy, which is generally speaking what caused it, and disastrous. So yeah, it regenerates itself. It stays very, very carefree. We've still got a while to wait for the show's 6th anniversary celebrations, over a year, as episodes are not set to air until the end of 2023. But photos and videos of filming taking place this summer have sent fan theories into overdrive. And that's what we love, right? That is what we love as fans, right? It's always fun to do that. John Nathan Turner famously wrote the Doctor's wife on the production schedule when he had an interview with some fanzine or other. Unsurprisingly, the return of Doctor Who star Rusty Davies really gets what makes Doctor Who fans tick. Yes, he does. He's very good at using media, right? Probably better than John Nathan Turner, who was probably the best up until now. And his savvy use of Instagram has teased some very special announcements about the 6th anniversary. These so far have included the return of David Tennant, Catherine Tate, upcoming roles by Neil Patrick Harris and Yasmin Finney, and of course Ncuti Gatwa becoming the next Doctor. But according to the fans, what is the nature of the 10th Doctor, Donna Noble's return? We don't know. Why is Yasmin Fanny? Really? I nearly called her Yasmin Fanny. Well, I guess, that's the name she should have really taken on. I am Yasmin Fanny. I am so much a woman that I am named after a Fanny, even though I do not have one. Okay, Yasmin Fanny. Character's called Rose. It's called Rose. And which classic Doctor Who villain is Neil Patrick Harris reviving? Or any at all, right? Let's take a look at some of the theories and see how likely they are based on what we know so far. Warning, major 60th anniversary spoilers ahead and filming info. Okay. Will there be 60th anniversary episodes? I don't know, right? I don't know, you don't know, we don't know. Eagle Eye Fan has spotted the clapperboard used... will there be 3 60th anniversary episodes? Or will there be episodes? They just said filming scenes for the 6th anniversary. What does that mean? Right, we don't know what that means. That's really what I'm... most excited about, right? Finding out what is it? What is this? How's this thing going to be delivered, right? I'm really intrigued about that, and I can't wait to find out. Eagle Eye Fan has spotted the clapperboard during filming in Bristol on the 16th of June, suggesting they were filming episode 3. This was later backed up by Instagram account of the episode director. Chana, how do you pronounce the name? Chana Button? I don't know how to pronounce the name. China Button? That sounds wrong. That does sound wrong. China Button sounds like an Oriental prostitute to me. I don't think she is China Button. But wouldn't it be funny if she was? Hi, I'm China. No, an Oriental prostitute who's also an assassin, right? Get us China Button. Who posted a different clapboard. They're all suggesting they were filming episode 3. Okay. And there you have it. If you want to look at the screen, you can look at the screen. You don't need to look at the screen. It's got a little 3 on it next to episode. Yeah, fine. Where we also told you about fan favourite Rachel Tahe confirming she's returning for the 6th anniversary. So this adds a second director to the confirmed list. Now, I have to say, in the era, post Me Too era, where there's a real push to get female directors and basically more non-white men behind the camera, right? That's really the goal. They want more non-white men. That's very, very, very important. I can't believe Rachel Tahe has been snapped up by Marvel to do one of their pieces of crap movie that nobody wants to see. Maybe she turned it down, right? Maybe she turned down Immortals. And is that the one that nobody saw? I haven't seen any of them, right? The last Marvel movie I saw a little bit of Doctor Strange because my daughter wanted to watch it and it was in the other room. And I tried to watch it and it was like, I got bored. I have no desire to see Thor Love and Blunder, right? No desire whatsoever. I mean, I got Disney Plus, which, why does Disney own the world? Because they have a hypnotic hold on all the women in the world, right? My wife and my daughters need Disney Plus, right? They must have Disney Plus. I don't know. My wife's got a really weird way of watching TV, right? She will watch one show and only one show until it's gone. So she's been binge watching. What's the one? Is it Castle? That's the one with Nathan Fillion and the guy from Firefly, right? Yeah, and it feels like it's got like 27 seasons because it's all I ever see. I watch it, man. I'm like, why do you watch a few things? No, just one at a time. Anyway, it's all on Disney. They love Disney Plus. So 3 of those seems fairly likely. So let's get ready for 3 times the fun. Okay, 3 episodes does seem reasonably likely as well. It seems like a Christmas Day episode would be one of them, right? I mean, you would have one November 23rd, December. It's like a month later, right? I think, and then who knows when the actual shooting series are going to begin? I think we'll see him on Christmas. That's my guess. Does the 10th Doctor return in a regeneration gone wrong? Maybe. Some fans, including this potentially very spoiler-heavy rumor, are speculating that Jodie Whittaker's regeneration at the end of the centenary special in October this year will see the Doctor temporarily return to his 10th iteration. Listen, my guess is there's going to be nothing really connecting the Jodie years to what Rusty Davies is doing. They are using the shell that she used for the outer shell of the TARDIS that her Doctor used, though. I think he's going to make it so in your head canon you can erase her or you can keep her, but his public statements are always going to be supportive of Jodie Whittaker, right? Along with everyone. Why? Because he'll destroy his life if he says anything other, right? It really... What happened? Again, it was Trump and Brexit made everybody crazy. That, like, if you didn't like every aspect of what the purple egg crazes told you to like, you were an evil Trump supporter, and you'll be destroyed, right? You'll be absolutely destroyed. Your career would be over. And also, people were part of the tribalism. They didn't want to go against everything. Now, they're finding they're living in a world where everything is awful, right? The economy's in the toilet. We have world wars, famine, fuel costs again are through the... Why are fuel costs through the roof? I'll tell you exactly why. Because the same idiocy that made Doctor Who unwatchable was also applied to grown-up things like energy. They said, let's all go for green energy! Yay! Oh, we'll save the planet! Green energy! Yay! It turns out, green energy doesn't really replace like things like natural gas, right? So, and all the natural gas came from Russia, which they said, oh, we can't have them. That's why they said no natural. You can't buy anything from Russia because they want to move everybody to green energy, which basically means a lot of people are going to freeze to death over the next few months. And I say that laughing because I don't know what other emotion to have. It's like, what? It's very strange. I expect that Jodie Whittaker at the same description will go wrong and see the Doctor temporarily return to his 10th iteration. Why? Who knows? But fans have a very good memory and pointed out that scene from the 50th anniversary special, the day of the Doctor backs up this theory when he says he may regenerate into himself. Fine, so we got this little clip here, which we're not playing. The scene further backs up the theory of 13 regenerating back into 10, but who knows, right? There's talking about Tom Baker's appearance. He says, oh, in my later days, I revisited some of my favourite behaviours. Only the best ones, though, right? So when this character was in Big Finish, his regeneration morphs into older version of other Doctors. So you had Colin Baker playing the same regeneration, playing the curator. Maybe Tom Baker just wasn't available on the day they were recording. I mean, could be. So I think Big Finish probably have a better handle on what was meant for by the curator than fan theorists. But the vibe I got was that was very, very far in the future. It wasn't right now. Or it was too soon. I also point out that David Tennant's returning in both a new Tartan suit with a new sonic screwdriver, so it doesn't seem as simple as a flashback. That is true. With the 6th anniversary special seemingly next scheduled installment of Doctor Who after Jodie Whittaker departs the... I can't say a name not like that, right? Departs at the end of the year. It's not a massive leap to surmise some regeneration misfiring could result in Tennant's temporary return. Yeah, possibly. I mean, it seems more likely it's an alternative universe or something along those lines. Or it's like, it's going to be the land of fiction or something. I don't know. It seems like, multiverse just seems it might be a bit played out by them. But Rusty Davies likes to play with these big, larger than life toys, right? Why and how is Donna back with the Doctor? Yeah, if Donna meets the Doctor, she's going to burst into flames. Much like if I meet Liquor Bryant. Actually, I would just probably be reduced into a puddle of rather sticky bodily fluid. Less said about that, the better, right? Less said about that, the better. Don't touch it, especially not with your tongue. That'd be bad. As Rusty Davies pointed out when he announced their return, the Doctor wiped Donna's memory and if she remembers him, she'll die, which makes a substantial footage of David Tennant and Catherine Tate filmed together this summer even more intriguing. Yes, David hinted at several possible... David, can you hint at several possibilities? Well, yeah, but I don't know anything about Doctor Who, right? David hinted at several possibilities, including a flashback, a multiverse, or a trick. Maybe it's one of those. Multiverse. As we've already said, a flashback seems unlikely given Tennant's new costume. But what about parallel universe, as some have theorized? After all, the meta crisis that caused the Doctor to need her memory wiping was also created a second half human version of the 10th Doctor, who now resides in a parallel. He was half human. He was. I don't remember that. I remember him like best cliffhanger ever. Okay, best cliffhanger ever. I'm regenerating. To be continued. Awesome. Freaking awesome. Yeah, but and then he puts it all into that hand thing. Still, best cliffhanger ever. I mean, really, really was. Man, I really need to trim my beard. It's getting crazy. Anyway, as we already said, flashback scene, blah blah blah, costume, parallel universe, and also, we know Jodie Whittaker is leaning heavily into multiverse. So I think that's a tacit way of continuing with the theme without necessarily explicitly continuing. I mean, I do really think there's going to be the more that Jodie Whittaker is included into the future of Doctor Who, the less popular it will be, right? And I'm doing a live stream tonight, and my lead story is about Donna being voted the best companion, but really more about Yaz being voted the least favorite companion, the worst companion, right? Like all that pandering, like all that whole lesbian storyline, which was just shoehorned in and didn't work at all, which was there just to appease a small band of purple-haired weirdos that run around Twitter and are insane. Turns out it doesn't help much, right? So I think the more you include Jodie Whittaker, the harder a sell it's going to be, right? I really do. There we go. So the second half human version. So perhaps that's where the story takes. There's not much evidence to support this theory, though. Well, there's him wearing the tartan suit and hanging out with Donna. That's a kind of a big piece of evidence, isn't it? So what's the trick? This could make perfect sense if the rumoured identity of Neil Patrick Harris' character is correct. The previous Who villain, who has the power to warp reality and turn his enemies into pawns in a deadly game. More on that later. Yeah, man, I do hope that. Whatever the Doctor and Donna's relationship in the anniversary specials, the pair definitely appear to time travel together during the filming. The cast excellent props suggesting it was set in just before Halloween 1925. But where does that leave modern day Donna Noble? That leads us nicely into: does Yasmin Finney play Donna's daughter? Probably. I mean, again, that seemed pretty darn likely to me. It's a rumor, I believe. I mean, yeah, he plays a daughter with a penis. Yeah, okay, but it's 2022, baby. Daughters have penises nowadays. It's just, everything's different. Everything's different. Fine. It was announced that joined a character called Rose. Fans will kick to theorize it could be linked to Rose Tyler. I think it is some way. It'll be really weird that if it wasn't, right? That's a Chris Chibnall bit of writing, right? That's what he would do. He will call it Rose and then not follow through on that at all. I don't think Rusty Davis will do that. It would appear that those lucky enough to watch the filming might have solved the mystery. In one take, multiple sources report that Rose appears to call Donna Mum. Yes, no, I do remember that. It seems very, very reasonable, right? It seems very, very reasonable. Who did she marry at the end of the end of time? I can't remember. Donna's mum Sylvia and husband Sean, that's the one, have also been spotted during the filming. Same actor, right? Same actor. And 10. Here's we saw all these videos go out. Here's the best film video so far. It's from May 17th. One fan even gives details gives a detailed account of some of the scenes he saw being filmed. If you're a fan of big spoilers, one theory is fragments of Donna's memory remain, enough for her to want to name her daughter Rose without really knowing why, with others suggesting Rose discovers the truth about Donna's travels and the Doctor tracks him down. Tracks who down? Yasmin? That's a her! Tracks who down? Okay. Well, one other important fact we know is that Rose is trans. No! Really? Really? Well, a very, very famous trans person who we all know has a penis, right? I mean, I've never seen it. Is playing somebody who's trans? Really? Yeah, I mean, okay. After Yasmin Finney confirmed this during the London Pride Parade. Oh, I feel so much. This is my first trans pride. I feel connected to the community more than ever. Well, you are having sex with them at the time. I mean, it's like, this was, of course, before the Asian monkeypox. If the government ever wants to try and eradicate us, we're all here and we're just duplicating. Well, you're not duplicating. That's the problem, right? That's why, you've got to have all this gender affirming care and education in schools. Is because you don't naturally reproduce. Okay, that's why. Look, I'm a big believer in everybody should just live and let live, right? But I'm also a big believer in not taking children to pornography. Which I think a drag show is, right? It seems to be a highly sexualized art form, right? It's the same, like, I wouldn't take a 6-year-old to a burlesque show either. I think it's inappropriate, right? I think it's inappropriate. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, honestly, I think this is a bit of a epidemic of transgenderism is going on. As it's become so fashionable, and a lot of parents like their kids to be fashionable. It's very disturbing to me. Okay, is Neil Patrick Harris bringing back the Toy Maker? Well, he might be playing with him. We've already speculated about which classic villain Neil Patrick Harris will portray in the 6th anniversary. Discussing the most popular theory now is that they're bringing back the Celestial Toy Maker. Last seen in the TV series in 1996. The Toy Maker also appears in a comic in Doctor Who magazine in 1996, where he created a fake version of Doctor, and another hint he could be behind the 10th Doctor return in these specials. Listen, this whole reality might be fake, right? Who knows? Props spotted on set include including a toy shop and a sign that says "Toy Maker of the Year," which certainly makes this theory seem pretty likely. It does all fit. It does all fit. He's called Mr. Emporium here. First time watching Doctor Who film again, it's only the celestial flippin' toy maker with the 6th anniversary. I think it probably is. I mean, smart idea. It is a smart idea. As does the press release of the BBC, where Harris was pictured wearing an apron and what appears to be toy maker tools. Apparently he took that picture himself. That's a selfie. It was really bizarre, but okay. Glimpse of filming show him wearing a different outfit, a top hat and tails, and even dancing with a doctor. So the relationship looks like to be an interesting one at least. I just saw, listened to him being interviewed about it. It didn't go long. It was like a minute or so interview. It was about a month ago, maybe. He said, "It's such a delicious part." Right, okay. Is Rusty David bringing back Doctor Who comic book monsters to a screen? It certainly looks like it, doesn't it? I mean, I think that's very exciting. Among the film set reports were various photos of strange-looking Doctor Who monsters. For instance, one here. Now, this looks very, very much like they give us. Just look, even if it's not an exact copy of the Wraith Warriors, which is the ones from Meet the Beep, it looks a lot like that. Well, some fans suggest this could be the Viper Rocks who appeared in the previous animated story. Oh, really? I hope not. I don't think so. Others theorize it's the Wraith Warriors. Looks a lot more like that. From a comic featuring the Fourth Doctor called Doctor and the Star Beast. If you want to hear a adapted version of it, like people acting in it, Big Finish did a really good version of that. I enjoyed that a lot. In the comic, Wraith Warriors battle a furry, adorable looking race called the Meeps. More on them here. So this theory was bolstered by a significantly familiar looking monster on set. Yeah, look, I'm assuming they're going to CGI it somehow, but yeah, this thing looked exactly like Meet the Beep, right? Exactly like Meet the Beep. It will certainly be fairly on brand for Rusty Davies to bring in some particularly geeky, Whovian-pleasing monsters to life, but this particular theory is as yet unconfirmed. Well, it's not going to be confirmed until we see it, but that's what it looks like, so it probably is, right? Probably is. Does Unit return? Yes, we see the bloody trucks everywhere. It's about to show us. We haven't seen Unit, the full dedicated on the Picture-verse of alien invaders for a while. No, we saw him in Doctor Who Flux. I mean, it was crap, but we saw it. For a while, they featured Rusty Davies' previous reign as showrunner. It was no surprise they spotted what looked like Unit vehicles on set. It's the logo. I mean, like, yes, it's absolutely Unit. Also, there's a new Unit uniform. I haven't seen this one. Where's this from here? Let's see if maybe it'll let me play it. Oh, well, look at that. That's interesting. Is that? It looks like a Unit, like assault team, assault officer. Oh, okay. I mean, again, there's all these huge effect shots that we saw with them fighting like the what looks to me like the Wraith Warriors and huge explosions. Man, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be awesome. So that's interesting. Okay, look at that. Something I didn't know. One thing seems a dead cert, which is promising, as episodes with Unit tend to be high on drama. I think so. And lastly, is Wilf back? Yes, he is. Poor Bernard Cribbins, beloved Bernard Cribbins. It is probably his last screen role. He loved Doctor Who. Oh man, so I say that's like we could absolutely say he loved Doctor Who. He loved Rusty Davies. Great tribute in the last Doctor Who magazine, the one with the very good Abominable Snowman cover. Really beautiful tribute. Rusty Davies is very good at writing people, right? If one thing's said about these episodes, it's that fans will be able to pay the respects of loved character of a much missed actor, and I did like that bit in the Moffat years where he wants to go and visit the Brigadier, and he calls him, and the brigadier passed away. I mean, that was such a great way of like paying tribute to the character. But yeah, I'm so glad he's in it. So that's the 6th anniversary. But really, this is just teeing things up for what's beyond. What is this thing that Russell T Davies has in mind for this new shooting up with Doctor Who? So my thinking is this: he wants to do a very sexy Doctor Who. Why do I think he wants to do a very, very sexy Doctor Who? Well, this is the chap who was rumoured to have the role before Shooting Gatwa got it. Fadi El-Sayed. He seems to be a similar body type, shall we say, to Shooting Gatwa. A bit like big washboard abs. Not white, right? Apparently, so somebody was already cast in the role, and then Shooting Gatwa came in and blew the roof off with his audition, and poor Fady got the Evo or whoever it was. He did share an Instagram post of him going into Bad Wolf with the thing saying "New Tings." Yeah, New Ting is being not getting the role that you were cast for. That's not a new ting at all, I'm afraid. But yeah, he wants a sexy Doctor Who. So that I think that ties into this story quite nicely. This comes from the beginning of March. Neil Patrick Harris says Shooting Gatwa will be the first gay Doctor in a sexier new Doctor Who. I think he's going to be a gay actor. I do not think they're going to make Doctor Who gay. Right, I think that's just a really bad idea. A sign it's a really bad idea is that Chris Chibnall did it. Right, I honestly, I love Seinfeld. I think it's on Netflix now. There's a great thing in it where George Costanza, his friend, realizes that everything he thinks is wrong. Right, everything he thinks is wrong, and he decides to just do the opposite. Right. And it works out very nicely for him. However, I think if you're making Doctor Who, the template you want to do is the opposite of what Chris Chibnall did, right? And I'm sorry, Chris, mate. I'm sorry it worked out so badly, but it worked out very badly. So I think he's a gay man playing Doctor Who, right? I don't think... what's the name? Simon Callow played a gay Charles Dickens. Unless... Charles Dickens was gay. Was Charles Dickens gay? 1 second, let's find out. Was Charles Dickens gay? Charles' sexuality. For many years, Charles Dickens' own life and his fictional was disavowed in a widespread sanitated, apparently, maybe. Homoeroticism in his novels. Maybe he was gay. I don't know. Again, I never saw him suck a dick. I never saw him have sex with a woman either. Could be either way. But yeah, I don't think Simon Cowell was playing the gay Charles Dickens. Even if Charles Dickens was in fact gay, I think he was a gay man playing Charles Dickens, right? I think Shooting Gatwa is a gay man playing Doctor Who. Again, you see like the washboard ab chest thing going on here. Fine. So Shooting Gatwa continues to make history for the longest running sci-fi franchise. Shooting Gatwa continues to make blah 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 after being announced as the first Black Time Lord for the beloved TV series. No, not the first Black Time Lord. The first Black Doctor Who. Gatwa is confirmed to be queer, according to co-star Neil Patrick Harris. I just think this is an utter desperation to validate oneself, right? You know, look, if you're gay, groovy baby, right? Not everybody's gay. Not everybody, and nor should everybody need to be gay. But I think, honestly, I think people are just looking for validation for their own lifestyle, which is weird, right? I mean, look, we didn't need gay... I mean, maybe they did. I don't know. Again, I talked in a video last week about how I have no gaydar whatsoever, right? But maybe they did, right? Maybe gay people used to need to assume that most people were really gay or open to being gay. We're not, right? I'm no ill will in the world, right? But I'm not attracted to having sex with somebody with a penis, right? I think that's kind of gay. And I don't think that makes me into a bad person. But there are the crazes out there, the purple-haired crazes, that say, yeah, yes, very much. Anyway, so I think that, yeah, I think that people with this worldview are watching their entire world fall apart. I mean, we're watching the world fall apart in general, right? But anybody who thought that, again, everything's related to Trump and Brexit. It's so freaking crazy, right? Everybody thought that Trump would be the worst president ever. Not everybody. All these people thought that Trump would be the worst president ever. He'll be absolutely terrible. And it turned out to be he was very good in that we had money and world peace. Two things that worked out pretty darn well for most people. And most people, again, some people have assumed that Biden would be a savior and everything would be good. He's awful, right? He's pushing the country to civil war, right? He's calling anybody who doesn't vote for him a pseudo-fascist, which basically means a fascist. So we're watching their world fall apart, right? So people need to feel substantiated in some way, right? The people need to feel, that not everything they believe isn't wrong. So I think when they hear somebody is playing a gay Doctor Who, in their mind, they're living in a world where there's a gay Doctor Who makes them more meritorious and the world more progressive and better. But they're crazy, right? They're absolutely crazy. It doesn't work out though. It basically works out that people just don't end up like watching those things. It's look at the current iteration of Doctor Who. We had the whole lesbian romance with Yaz and the Doctor. And now we had recently had a poll of companions, and Yaz way at the bottom, right? All these things they think are so important are not important to us. So I don't think he's a gay Doctor, right? I think he's a gay person playing the Doctor. Harrison Build on Variety's just a Variety podcast that will be the first gay Doctor, which is going to be super cool. I mean, I don't think any other actors have been gay. I mean, William Hartnell married, Patrick Troughton married, John Pertwee married, Tom Baker very straight, Peter Davison straight, Colin Baker straight, Cersei McCoy straight, Paul McGann straight. They're all been straight. Okay, so maybe he is the first gay Doctor. I just think it would be a bit weird if that's the case. Which is going to be super cool, and the sex education alum makes for a sexier Doctor in the ongoing series. Gutwell also played a gay role as Teen Eric on the coming age drama. Yeah, but I don't think maybe he is. If he's a gay Doctor, he's a gay Doctor. But I think that's going to really hurt Doctor Who. Harris revealed. He's glorious. Harris teased on Gatwa's performance. So obviously he met Gatwa and saw a bit of his performance. This is Christmas Day. My guess, this is Christmas Day. Regenerating into shooting Gatwa a sexier Doctor. New season set for 2023. Gatwa's played the 14th actor to play the Time Lord, along with the role previously occupied by the likes of Chris and blah 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 blah. Jodie Whittaker played the first female Doctor, completely decanonized herself. Showrunner Rusty Davis previously noted that Harris will be starring as the greatest enemy that the Doctor has ever faced. Bit of hyperbole. Davis offered Harris the role after they worked together in the AIDS crisis miniseries It's a Sin. Heartstopper star Yasmin Finn has also joined the cast and shared June's we just talked about Pride Month in that the character will be trans. Obviously, dude, you weren't hired to play a normal straight bloke, okay? Obviously not. Before being cast in Doctor Who, Gutwell was filming Greta Gerwig's Barbie, which actually seems kind of wacky, right? I'm intrigued to see the trailers when that come out, leading to an uptick in security for the British breakout star. I think he is a breakout star. Also, I think the woman in the Game of Thrones is. I just saw the House of Dragon. I just saw the second episode last night. Whoever the girl is playing the main Targaryen girl, she is the next whoever it was from Game of Thrones. That Emilia Clarke. Is it Emilia Clarke? I think it's Emilia Clarke. Is it? I think so. So he's going to get security in and around not only his place of residence, but place of residence for his entire family. That was Barbie Kosa Simulu shared. All of a sudden, over the weekend, he was announced. We came to work on Monday, and we're like, dude, how long have you been holding on to this? He says 2 months. 2 long months, I bet. Fellow Barbie star Ryan Gosling called Gatwa the coolest before adding, him playing Doctor Who is the most exciting thing that's happening right now. I don't disagree with him, right? I do think there's a really exciting idea for him to do the Doctor. If you know what I like about Shooting Gatwa and this whole new production, I feel like it's a bit too young for me, right? And I think that's where Doctor Who should be. I think Doctor Who should be a little bit too young for old fogies, such as myself, right? As for representing black queer characters, Gutwood previously told the IndieWire that he hopes that other little black boys around the world can look up to his roles. Yeah, okay. When people talk about diversity and inclusion, sometimes there's a bit of eye-rolling mentality of ticking boxes. Exactly. I do like that he's leading into this here, right? Says Gutter in 2020, but I feel that is kind of necessary at times because the playing fields are not level in the first place. No, the playing fields are completely slanted against white heterosexual men, right? This idea that I mean, the overrepresentation of non-white heterosexual men in media shows you how slanted. And I'm not talking about erasure. Why would I care? I mean, why would I want to see gay characters erased from TV, right? I remember when EastEnders was on and it was good. And it had, who was the name of that? Well, you had a few gay characters. But who was the one I really quite liked? The one that ended up marrying Saeed, right? Christian, right? Christian. But they was always like a gay character in EastEnders or more. Now everybody's gay. Like, it's so bizarre. All right, like if you listen to Big Finish's Stranded, no one in London is straight. Like, no one. There are no straight white males in London anymore. But I feel it's kind of so I don't think not as a quota as such. If it's not as if we had one. But that's kind of necessary because we need to level the playing field. Yeah, but you've turned it upside down. I hear it's going from the best of intentions, but it's a mistake. When we do that, we can show other people's lives and other people's experiences and show, see, it's not scary. No one thought you were scary. No one was scared of black people. No one was scared of black gay people. No one's like, oh, no. We people don't like things being completely black gay people, which is what basically we have now. Like, this relentlessly black gay people. I nearly said black bay people. Oh, no, it's the black bay people. They're here. Watch out for those black bay people. It's important that we show these things, and sometimes you do need to be like, has this voice been heard? No, well, you certainly haven't heard the voice of the viewing public that have said we're not really interested in being in this tokenism, right? This lecturing tokenism that controls the world right now. Having said that, I'm still optimistic that Rusty Davis' talent will win out, right? Will win out over identity politics. But what kind of Doctor will Ncuti Gatwa be? I think this is a reasonably fair indication. I mean, if this was a bloke who had the role until Ncuti Gatwa came up, right? I think it's a reasonably fair indication. So we're looking at a sexy Doctor, which is a bit of. I mean, I guess the sexiest Doctor. Who would it have been? I mean, listen. There's a bit. Whenever I say Peter Capaldi didn't appeal to the leads in the same way Matt Smith and David Tennant did, I'm inundated with female comments going, Peter Capaldi is super, super sexy. I agree, but I think we're not talking about quite an intellectual sexiness. I think we're talking about it's like a little bit more like this. So that's what come back. So that's what I think the future has to hold. Do I know? No. I know bollocks. We're starting this video with exactly the same amount of knowledge as we had. We're ending the video with exactly the same amount of knowledge we had at the beginning, which is basically zero. My name is Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you know. So you notice, and are notified when new videos drop.